Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Strong as You Think. Today, I want to talk about where we have control and where we don't, and how we confuse those. I see that in myself, I see it in my clients, and just I see it in other people I talk to. So, what happens when someone doesn't call us? So we say, oh, he didn't call me. And then you feel hurt, or she didn't invite me to lunch, and then you feel hurt. And I think that's happened to almost all of us. It seems like a pretty natural reaction. And we think, well, that's what caused it, right? I see this happened, and then I feel a certain way. So, what we try to do to fix that hurt is we think we need to have him call me more. So, we need to control his behavior, or we need to do what we can do. We need to change our behavior so he will want to call, right? Or we need to be a more fun person so they invite me to lunch, right? We need to change their behavior so I can feel better. But what we're leaving out in there is that what's actually causing the hurt is not what they are or they aren't doing, what someone else is or is not doing. It's actually the meaning that we're giving to it. So, what I mean by that is when someone doesn't call you, then you're thinking, well, why didn't he call me? Do they not like me anymore? Am I not likable? It makes you feel like I'm not enough in some way. And that's really what hurts, is that it's bringing up something within ourselves that we are already maybe nervous about, or we're already insecure about. So it's not the actual action by somebody else, it's actually our meaning that we give to it. And a lot of times the meaning comes because we're already insecure about it. But we try to solve it by changing their behavior. We're trying to load up more evidence that we are good enough by someone else's behavior. But that's not going to last because we haven't solved what's in us yet, right? But we're giving them control. We think that if they do or do not do something, then we have those feelings. But what I want to offer you is that does it have to mean that? I think we can question that. If someone doesn't call you, does it have to mean they don't like you? I think most of us would say that there could be another option there. There could be something else going on, right? We don't have to accept every meaning that our brain gives us. And a lot of times it's something connected to an insecurity with us. And so that's where our brain's going to want to go. But I think we need to step back instead of automatically trying to make him call me more. Question, does it have to mean that? And then sometimes you even want to go to worst case scenario. What if it does mean that he doesn't like me? And does it mean that I'm not enough? And what does not enough even mean? What does likable even mean? There's not like objective criteria that we can have that tell us whether we're likable, whether we're enough, right? In some ways, we know that we are enough because we're human. Human beings are enough. Okay? But we tell ourselves that we're not. We give that meaning. We're afraid we're not, and we give that meaning to the situations around us. Okay. And then we think that what someone else is doing is controlling our feelings. And we have control of that through what meaning we're giving to it. But it happens so fast, we don't even realize we're doing it most of the time. We think it's a fact. You think it makes sense. It happened so fast. She did this, I feel this, right? But what I think when you have a feeling, particularly one you don't like, I think you want to look at it and say, well, what am I making that mean? What am I thinking about this? And often it's about yourself. What am I making this mean about me that's causing me to feel hurt? And then you can decide, is this something that is helping me? Is feeling unlikable helping me? Is feeling not enough helping me? And then you can decide, is that something I want to keep? Now, I also wanted you to look at yourself with compassion too. And like I said, this is a normal reaction. So you don't need to get mad at yourself for feeling that way either, because that doesn't help anything either. You just want to have compassion and curiosity with yourself and think, well, I wonder why I'm thinking that. I wonder why. And does this have to be true? And is this working for me? And if you can ask yourself those questions, you can decide, well, maybe it's not working for me. Maybe it doesn't have to be true. And maybe I can change my thoughts on that. Maybe I can change what I'm making that mean. I have a choice. And that doesn't mean you're going to change it right away. But if you don't even know what's going on, you're probably not going to change it, right? But you can if you know about it. That's the first step. And doesn't that feel better? It feels more powerful. You don't feel like you're at the whim of what anyone else does. That can be a kind of an uncomfortable way to live, that you have to always worry about what someone else is doing, to depend on how you feel. Now, I think that sometimes we think we're giving someone an out, or we're excusing their behavior if we're not upset and hurt and mad. Now, I don't think that allowing yourself to have your own meaning about it necessarily means that you have to just give someone an out, that you have to approve of what they're doing. But you're not going to take the drama and the baggage with you. You know, they can do their own thing, but you can make your own decision about how you're going to feel about it, how you're going to make it mean, what you're going to make it mean. So I think it's worth it when you're feeling something, when you get a chance, to just take a few minutes and decide that maybe that's not causing you the pain. Think about what's the meaning behind that that's actually causing you the discomfort and the pain, and deciding where you want to go from there. And you may decide, if you feel like someone thinks you're not likable, you may decide that there were some things that you want to change. And that's okay, but I want to give you, one caveat. Just, you're not changing to please that person. Maybe not pleasing that person brought that up, but you're going to want to change because you looked at it and you decided, maybe that's something I'm doing that I don't want to do anymore. It's not making me show up to be the person that I want to be, that I know I can be. So I'm going to change it. And regardless of what this person does or does not do, I decided that this is a change I want to make. And so I think that's making a change from a healthy place. But I think we need to be real careful about changing ourselves because we're looking for a reaction from someone else so we can feel better. Because that's a difficult way to live. It gives us no control. And we do that, but we don't have to. So I'm going to invite you to look at that and really see the meaning that you're giving situations and things that people do, and looking at it with compassion and curiosity. All right. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye.